finished Empire of Silence, I knew it would be a special book in my life. I knew that Sun Eater would be special to me, but I didn't realize how special this series would be until I finished Howling Dark. And guys, I finished it last night, and if you don't go out and pick this book up, either on audio or physically, you are missing out. And I do not say that about every book I read, but please, for the love of God, read Howling Dark. Let's just get right into what makes this book so special and why I'm so highly recommending it. First off, the prose is absolutely incredible. If you've read Empire of Silence, you already know this, but Christopher Rocchio is just an absolute wordsmith, and his use of language is just an incredible feat. I've read a decent amount of fantasy now, and I know what prose usually works for me and what doesn't, and Christopher nails it. I think he probably has some of the most beautiful prose I've consumed, and from what I've heard, compared to a lot of other prose-heavy writers, he's right up there. So first off, if you're someone who likes prose, if you like good wordplay, if you just love seeing a beautiful sentence, he's right there. He is literally right there. Second off, I thought that pretty much every aspect of Empire of Silence was improved upon, from the pacing to the characters to the plot itself. Everything was stronger here. Now, I'm not going to get into the details because I really don't want to spoil this for anyone who hasn't read it yet. But oh my God, the plot here was incredible. Oh my, well, some of the things that happen in this book are just like mind-blowing. And by the end, you're like, I did not see that coming, like at all. You just couldn't have seen it coming. I don't know. Despite the fact that it's written in first person previous, I felt genuine fear for the main character, and I think that's something that is genuinely hard to accomplish, but somehow Christopher does it. He just knows how to build tension. I thought the action here was pretty well done. Not my favorite action I've ever read, I'll just admit that. But the action here, when it happens, is very well done. The dialogue between characters, the character dynamics here is amazing. There are some heartbreaking moments. There are some moments where you go, oh, that got dark. Like, that got genuinely dark there for a second. There are just, this book is beautiful, like front to back. I will say, the only con I have, and the only reason I didn't give it a perfect score, was it kind of opens up somewhat fast, and then it slows down right before the middle to do some world building and to do some exploration of themes. That is not a bad thing. I just thought it was an interesting choice that starts off kind of fast, slows down a little, and then the back half of this book is just absolutely insane. Like, the back half of this book is, I don't want to say it's nothing but action, but it's pretty well paced. It's definitely a hard run. I'm not going to say it's a sprint, but it's a hard run. And the last 25%, it's like Brandon Sanderlynch. You know what I mean? Like the Sanderson thing that he's so well known for. It's that, but in like Christopher Rocchio's style. And it's just something to behold. Like the last, I don't know, 10, 15 chapters, just like incredible. You know, I was like halfway through this book and I was like, this is probably going to be like an easy 5-star. And the back half of that book just absolutely like locked that in permanently for me. It's probably one of my favorite reads of the year. I'm going to do a video later about my 5 favorite reads, but this is probably on that list like very easily. It's just incredible. Again, the character work here, much, much better. I like Hadrian so much more in this book. Not that he was bad in the first one, but he is shining in this one. The side characters feel fleshed out in this one. They feel like distinct personalities. And I've grown attached to them now. And I don't want anything bad to happen to these characters, but I feel like knowing Ruccio, bad things will happen. Again, the plot here, absolutely incredible. The world building here also was just magnificent to behold. The exploration of themes, especially about what it means to be human and what would it really be like to encounter a species that is so very much like us but so very different in so many ways, was fascinating to me as someone who just, I love interesting themes like that. Go figure. Dune's my favorite book of all time. But yeah, this book was just front to back amazing. And there's like nothing wrong with it. I don't want to say it's a perfect book because I don't believe in perfect books, but it's pretty close. Like, there really isn't a single bad thing I can say about this book, like, legitimately. It does slow down towards the middle, but that's not even a bad thing because it really takes time to let itself breathe, to let you breathe from the crazy stuff that had happened up that point, to then start exploring some themes and some ideas that Christopher had that are just nuts. I mean, some of this, like I said earlier, some of the stuff that happens in this book is crazy, and you could just never guess how this is going to end. Just incredible stuff, and this almost broke my TBR. I almost just downloaded Demon in White right away to just read it because I hear that one's somehow even better than this, and I'm very I was so tempted to just get right into it, but I resisted because I want to finish Wheel of Time. But man, this was really good, and if somehow Christopher can top this in the next book, oh, Sun Eater's gonna go down as one of the best science fiction series ever, easily. Howling Dark was it's a masterpiece. Like, genuinely, it's a masterpiece. And I don't like to say that about a lot of books, but this was a masterpiece, and it just hit different. Also, shout out to Samuel Rukin, who does the audiobook for this. Incredible casting choice. Whoever made that decision deserves a pay raise. He is perfectly casted as Hadrian, and his voice work is it's incredible. It's incredible to hear. But yeah, very, very, very good book. Easy 5 stars. I think I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. One of the best books I read all year, and I'm very, very excited to read Demon in White.